Gang are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering acting on information presented, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Oh, I'm a money magnet. Money, money, money's coming to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money, 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 money's coming to me.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Grandy.
Money's coming to me.
He's already, basically talked about perhaps there might be a civil war. And when he tells you he cannot commit to stepping down, believe him. Believe him, because I tell you, something is going on in this country.
When did he ever say he's not going to commit to leaving the White House if he loses? He'll be more than happy, believe me, to leave the White House and go back to his Camelot life that he had. Matter of fact, at night, he's probably got to be sitting here going, what the hell did I do? I'm out of my mind. Run for president. I'm not the strongest person in the world. AOC is. I mean, think how discouraged this guy's got to be. He had a beautiful life. I mean, he had it all. And he gave it up to become president to try to do something good. And the first minute he got into office, they started to impeach him. Now, he's done a lot wrong. Okay, I grant that, but he's done a lot good. But I'm not here to talk politics. You can pick that up at night. Hannity and every show, I mean, a million shows out there, they'll give you all the politics you want. What I'm interested in is how are people going to sustain what's coming? You know, when I get on the air and I talk about we're going to see a crash, most people don't even listen. You know, they just blind it out because they keep looking at the FANG stocks. As long as the FANG stocks keep going up, as long as they, every day, as long as you got Google going up, Amazon, Facebook, Netflix, I mean, the whole world buys those stocks. In fact, I'm going to talk a little bit about that today, how the timing was so perfect for those stocks. And so many people are going to get killed. Worse than the dot-com crash. They're going to get killed. Everybody owns these things. But the timing was perfect. But let's talk about first, if you go back in this market, you can see the market's having terrible trouble. And this morning I had a laugh because the market's opening up down, right? And they said, the reason the stock market was selling this morning, because China is retaliating, okay, against the United States for closing the Chinese consulate here in Houston. So they got grumpy. And they turned around this morning and called the president and said, well, we're going to close your consulate in Wanhanglo County here in China. So they said that is the reason why the market was down. It's still down. Then they gave another reason. They're worried over the increase in jobless claims from 1.3 million a week, this we've had now for past 18 contiguous weeks. 1.3 million. Now it's up to 1.4 million. There's another reason. So the war with China right now, or the consulates, the trade war, people are getting, applying for jobless claims, increasing. And they said also because the market's down because of the increase in the virus cases in different states, like my state, Florida. None of that's true. That's all wrong. That's not why the market is down today. It's not why the market is struggling. I mean, that's a fake narrative given to us by the fake Business News Network people to mask the real reason. Yes, those are triggers. Yes, there's triggers, but not the reason. Just like the 38% market crash we had in February, they blamed it on a virus, on the virus. But that's not why the market went down 38% in February. It was a trigger, but it wasn't the reason. The reason's been building and building since 2008. Since 2008, the reason. We had a financially engineered market to go one way, up. Now, if we didn't have the virus, maybe it would have went on for another 6 days, 6 weeks, 6 months, I don't know. But it was going to crash anyways. That 38% drop that we had, it was it. As a matter of fact, we got a message from the market going back in 2018 when the market dropped 20% that it was over. The end of the rally for the 12 years, this bear market rally is over. And I said that in 2018, January. Now, if you remember the crash in 2008, the real reason for the crash, it was blamed on the overall debt. China was charging us interest rates. We were paying then about 3.2% in interest. We owed $52 trillion, and it was just too much. It was just too much. So in 2020, or you go back to 2008, when they started this rally, they said in 2008, you know what? We've learned from that. Instead of saying, let's not go into too much debt, they said, oh, let's keep piling on debt, but let's lower the rates, get the rates down. Just the opposite. They should have said, you know, the debt took us down. Our economy has too much debt, had $52 trillion in too much debt. We had too much household debt. We had too much corporate debt. We've learned from that here in 2008. We're not going to let that happen. We're going to control our debt. We're going to control our spending. Instead, in 2008, what do? They said, no, we don't want to do that. Let's not control spending because we're Congress. That's all we do here in Congress, is we just spend. I don't care if you're a Democrat. I don't care if you're a Republican. We just spend. That's why we're here, to spend, because it's not our money. So they said, we'll just keep borrowing and printing, and we'll get interest rates down. It won't happen to us. So what'd they do? 12 years later, here we are with the debt. I'm just talking about the debt that's on the economy is $78 trillion. That debt alone, $78 trillion. We had a 40% increase from the $52 trillion debt back in 2008. This is nuts. And if you go back to 2008, what did they do? QE1, QE2, the twist, QE3, from 2009 to October of 2013. They printed $3 trillion, put it right into the market to push stocks up. They printed $65 billion a month to do what? Buy bonds. Keep buying bonds. The more bonds you buy, the rates go down. Of course, it takes your dollar with it. The buying power of your dollar goes down. So it's unbelievable. So they turned around instead. They did their QE. And every time, remember, when the market dropped in 2008, 8 million people lost their jobs. We lost equity in the market of about $9-10 trillion. I mean, the economy was crushed. So they thought, well, if we just go in and print money and do QE and take that money and keep buying, and also take more money and buy bonds to keep driving down interest rates on the debt, we'll be fine. And so the stock market went up from 2009 to 2013. It went up 126%. They thought they were okay. Everything was going to be fine. What happened next? I'll tell you when I come back.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Hi, I'm Phil Grain at philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down. It keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now are the worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days.
With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG.
I've been a Phil's Gang member since 2014. Over that time, I've generated over six-figure profits. Following Phil, his charting system has really been a huge impact on my career and my life. I would recommend Phil's Gang to the mom and pop out there. I would recommend it to parents teaching their children. I would recommend it to grandparents. If you really trust in their system, you will do well.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grain at philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now, worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days.
Thinking about investing in the stock market? Go to philsgang.com, where we have over 50 years experience in trading and investing in the stock market. Phil's Gang teaches you how to make profits in the market with stock chart analysis, up-to-the-minute alerts, and always keeping you informed with professional guidance in long and short-term positions. Go to philsgang.com or call one of our professional staff to answer your questions. 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Stop wondering about your financial future and start doing something about it.
When the market's open, we watch the market all day long. And when we see there's an opportunity for a stock, and it's a stock that we've been following, there's a lot of stocks we put on our watch list, and it has to hit a certain criteria. Then when it does, we alert you. You immediately get an alert that says, we bought this stock, X stock, at $30. So you get an alert immediately. What's better than that? I mean, nobody does that for you. But the most important thing, they'll say, okay, here's why we're getting out now, or here's why we're taking profits. I think it's going to go down. Look, the most important thing is this. I want you to be prepared for when the market does tank or rally, that you're with us, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG. Join my gang right now, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG, and you'll be in position, and you'll sleep at night, and you don't have to worry.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. Welcome back. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Why not check out philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
Hi, I'm Phil Graney, philsgang.com. Listen, don't forget, you can listen to this same radio show daily and also the archive by just simply going to my Phil's Gang YouTube channel. That's right, Phil's Gang YouTube channel, where you can listen to this live or the archive. Even better, free, that I'll give you my take on the market. Just go to the Phil's Gang YouTube channel, where you also get my take on the stock market. All free. Radio show, my take, you got it all. And remember, just subscribe, because then you get a notice every time that I do an update on my take on the stock market. And I do that regularly, where I give you, it's free, you don't have to be a gang member, where I'll tell you what I think the market's going to do. A lot of you keep asking, what do you think the market's going to do? What do you think the market's going to do? Well, I'll tell you exactly what it's going to do. So make sure you subscribe so you get the notification that I changed it, and go check it out again, because I keep changing them. Okay, so let's get back to, listen to this nonsense. Listen to this. This is unbelievable.
The markets are telling us that things look good.
The markets are telling us that things look good. First of all, markets don't tell you if things look good. The economy tells you if things look good. And what is the economy? Your earnings. How well are the earnings? Think of profits. How are the profits increasing? Our economy. Is it growing? The amount of goods we produce each quarter. Are we producing more and more goods? So we want our GDP to grow to 4 to 5%. And the only way that happens if wages are going up and people are spending. But wages don't go up unless corporations spend money called CapEx, or business investment, buying new equipment to increase the productivity of their employees by giving them good technology, modern technology, great technology, new machinery, so they can produce more. So instead of producing 1,000 widgets at one time, now they can produce 5,000 widgets, and the cost of labor doesn't go up. Okay, that's simple. That's what tells you, and that's why every quarter we take a look. What is our earnings of this quarter? What is our economic GDP growth? The market has nothing to do with telling us how good the economy is. That's telling us how good the investors feel. So they're investing. The stock market is there to raise capital for these businesses. When you buy a stock, reason a company goes public, so they can sell you their stock to get capital to build their business. That's what the stock market. And if the stock of a company is going up, it's telling you that investors feels good about the future of that business. It has nothing to do with the economy. It's about how they feel about that company. It's a bold-faced lie. But it just drives me nuts, because you turn around and here, listen, he says this.
The markets are telling us that things look good.
And there's what we're hearing here.
Yelp, they released their second quarter report. Lauren, didn't they have a grim forecast for store closures?
Yeah, closing forever. They find businesses are closing their doors for good. 60% of the 26,000 restaurants on the site that were temporarily closed are now permanently closed. That's almost 16,000 restaurants, Stuart. The numbers are even higher for bars and for nightclubs.
Wow.
The markets are telling us that things look good.
Well, I guess it doesn't work that way. More nonsense. Look, this market, if you go back and go to QE1, QE2, Operation Twist, QE3. They had to put money in because corporate earnings, there was not going to be any profits to move stocks back up. And if stock prices don't go up, corporations don't take money and put it into CapEx, business investment, so that your wages go up through productivity, giving you a new machine or new technology. So they said, we'll do this, QE1. Then they said, we'll do QE2. We'll do it for 1 year, they said. And by then, the economy would be back. Well, guess what? 2011 came around. 2009. It didn't happen. 2010. Wasn't good enough. 2011. Market was ready to crash. They came in with more money. They said, well, this should be it. Then 2012 came. Another year. Okay, we should be all set. Nope, the market was ready to crash again. All right, let's keep doing it. QE3, 2013. Market was ready to crash again. So from 2009 to 2013, we couldn't grow our economy. Our economy wasn't growing. Our earnings weren't growing. So our profits weren't growing. So what was happening from 2009 to 2013, because earnings, think of profits, weren't increasing, corporations, CEOs, were not taking any money that was set aside for CapEx, business investment, to make sure they kept investing so to increase productivity so wages would go up. And that's important because if you have wages going up, they spend. Spending is 72% of our economic growth. If you don't spend, there's no economic growth. And we don't have any economic growth. Since 2008, our economy has been, our growth, stuck between 2.5 and 2.8. But Kudlow kept telling us it's going to grow to 4 to 5%.
We could grow this economy at 4 or 5%.
No, you can't. Not when you have a debt on the economy that went from $52 trillion in 2008 to $78 trillion on the economy in 2020. When you have debt, whether it's national debt, household debt, corporate debt, bond debt, you're screwed because debt kills you. It's over. When you have debt, it's over. You can't grow, just like your household, right? If you have debt, you can't grow. But something happened in 2013. It was just lucky, just luck in 2013. Do you remember right after they switched from, remember they turned from they started to ship everything overseas to Japan and China, remember? Because we decided to switch in the 70s and the early 80s from having an economy that was industrial, manufacturing economy, we wanted to switch to a finance economy. And so everybody was laid off, people were losing their jobs, right? And people didn't have work, but something that was lucky. The sun, the stars, the moon, all lined up when things looked so bleak. I'll explain what that was when I get back after this break.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG.
Remember, when this market crashed in 2009, it should have never crashed because the chairperson of these two committees, their job was to protect consumers, protect our investments, and they're supposed to ensure that our investments are being monitored. Where were they in 2009 and 2008? They weren't anywhere because they don't do that. They take care of themselves. They protect themselves. They become richer. So you can't depend on these crooks in Congress. The stock market is a great place to be, but you just got to know this is a different market than your grandfather's market. So why don't you, for 30 days, join my gang, 877-600-GANG, try it for 30 days, $39.95. Follow me. I tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. All I ask you, start making money. Please remember St. Jude.
Don't wait. Join Phil's Gang today and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy. Is your business prepared to respond to any emergency in the workplace? Well, you better be. Let over 30 years of law enforcement experience go to work for you. Boyd Investigative Group is here for all your business security needs. I know. I use them. They're terrific. Call today for your free confidential consultation. 941-724-4535. That's 941-724-4535. Or visit them on the website, BoydInvestigativeGroup.com.
License number A1900020.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now are the worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market is still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days.
What if you could have an in-depth understanding of the stock market just like the pros? Well, thanks to Phil Grandy and philsgang.com, you can. philsgang.com offers comprehensive, up-to-date market information designed to help you understand and anticipate market behavior. With philsgang.com, you'll build your investing confidence even through down cycles and periods of uncertainty. Go to philsgang.com. philsgang.com today. 877-600-GANG. 877-600-4264. With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG. Welcome back. Learn, invest, and make profits with Phil Grandy. Simply go to philsgang.com. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. Okay, so the bottom line is this. When you go and take a look at the stock market, the S&P, and you go all the way back to right before the 2008 crash, we had a time in which we switched from a manufacturing economy, industrial economy, to finance. And if you remember, everybody was losing their jobs. Factories were being closed. Everybody, the smokestack factories all closing down. People didn't have any jobs. What were they going to do? Because remember, it used to be whether every time an industry closed, somebody would take its place. The Pony Express, that closed down, right? But the telegraph took its place, right? Then you had the railroads. Then you had, the airplanes took the place of railroads. There's always something there that grows the economy. Well, we were just lucky during that time, that revolution, where we switched to the financial economy from a manufacturing economy. We had what they call .com. Tech started to come in. Brand new technology, the .coms. And everybody went wild. That big .com, remember that big bubble? Everybody went wild because now they had jobs, and everybody was going from a smokestack factory, his job, to a nice clean place, and somewhere in some building and working on computers, and everything just hit perfect. It could have been more perfect. The same thing happened to us between 2009 and 2013. All that QE during those years, 2009 to 2013, did not work. Our economy wasn't back on its feet. And remember what they do. They put that money in to inflate, okay? They want to inflate prices, okay, to try to get things going. If they go and they buy, the first thing they do is print all this money, and the first thing is go and buy bonds. The Federal Reserve, the government, they go buy all kinds of bonds. And they keep buying, they borrow money from China to buy bonds. The idea is get those interest rates down. Because if you get interest rates down, that'll stimulate people to spend. Because if interest rates are down and you have the price of housing down, automobiles down, school loans down, everything down, people go in there and they'll start spending like crazy. Well, that didn't happen. It didn't happen. So as they were buying these bonds, $65 billion a day to bring interest rates down, there was still no buying, no spending. People were broke. They got wiped out. They lost their homes. So between 2009 and 2013, none of that worked. So what did they do? At the same time, this time, the same thing happened. The moon, the stars, everything lined up perfectly. Big tech called FANG stocks, the FANG stocks. So you had these FANG stocks come in 2013, and then they just contributed just 1% to the overall earnings of the S&P 500, 1%. And they contributed just 3% to the dollar value or the market cap of the S&P. And then they started to take off. They were a quarter of the S&P 500. That's right, a quarter of the revenue, for the quarter of the returns, for God's sakes. Four stocks. Then they added Microsoft and Apple because they were had sales of their market cap, their dollar value was over $1 trillion, so they consider them FANG stocks, although they aren't the FANG stocks, but they consider that. So, and think about, by 2020, what drove this whole market were these stocks. The dollar value that they contributed to the S&P 500 went from 3% to 23%. Everybody was buying these stocks. Then on top of that, you had printing of money like never before to keep driving interest rates down. So all of a sudden you had this biggest bear market rally we've ever seen in history. But there was nothing behind it, What's been pushing it are these FANG stocks. People were getting rich. And that's why I have to laugh. They say money is on the sidelines. We got money coming in on the sidelines. I think someone else said that today. I think I racked up a cut from that. But what do you mean money on the sidelines? I think it's...
I mean, it's unbelievable. There's over $4.7 trillion in cash. That's double where we were just 2 years ago, sitting on the sidelines at this point in time.
There's no such thing as sidelines. What the sidelines are, what they refer to is money market funds. Essentially, it's just a bank account and mutual funds. Know where that money is? That money is in the FANG stocks and in Microsoft and Apple. Those stocks are going to take this market down. And then here's what else happened. When we got to 2016, remember, the market was supposed to crash. It started to crash. One of the biggest crashes was going to occur. Because remember, we had the FANG stocks going. They kicked in 2013, but they couldn't do it on their own. And we almost had a market crash. And what they did, Yellen got together with the central banks all around the world, and they pumped all kinds of money into our market. All kinds of money. So we had a global financial crisis starting in 2016, 2017, and the central banks had to step in and support the stock market, support mostly the financial markets. Every time we started to stumble, the financial market, they'd come in and prop it back up. And then, without that money coming in, I'm talking 2016, 2017, 2018 came. That's when we had our first 20% crash, and that's when it told. And I said on January of 2018, this is it. I said, mark this down. Phil Grandy said, mark this date down of January 16, 2018. This is the end of the rally, of the bear market rally, and the end of climbing the wall of worry. What does that mean? The wall of worry means that people were so confident because of QE1, QE2, QE3, then the new QEs, which was all these stock buybacks, right, to keep stock prices going up for companies. None of that money went to have for new equipment or anything so that you'd get a wage increase. Instead, CEOs took that money and they bought their own shares. They kept buying their own shares to push the stock price up. So everything was so artificial, it was unbelievable. At that point, and going back again to 2018, after, remember, we had that global intervention with all the bank intervention, okay, we still were in deep trouble. This whole market from 2009, people don't believe it, to where we are today was one big intervention, all financial engineering. And when you do that, okay, that is, you're inflating. You're trying to inflate prices. And that's what bubbles are. See, bubbles, the dot-com bubble, the housing bubble, bubbles are man-made. And you're like inflating a balloon. You're putting air in a balloon to inflate it. You only can inflate it for so long. That's what we've been doing all these years. We've been inflating. We inflated the dot-com bubble by bringing rates down so low. Bringing rates down so low that we're inflating the stock price to go up. But it doesn't work. Because at some point, these man-made bubbles, all this debt has to be paid back. And people are buying cars and houses and autos and student loans and everything else. At some point, you have to pay back your debt. So you go from inflation to deflation. That's what happened with the dot-com. We inflated all these prices up. The market went up. Remember, they inflated the stock market up. Market didn't go up because of profits. It's been inflated up because of these low interest rates. And now it's over. So you got to learn. You got to get ready. Stay with it as long as it's going up. But you got to know when to get out. You got to know when to get out. And the FANG stocks, look what's happening to them now. Exactly what I predicted on January of 2017. I'll explain when I get back after this break. Join my gang free for 10 days. Get your color-coded chart. Sign up today.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. Short on time but want to invest in the stock market? Let philsgang.com help you. For only $39.95 a month, you get complete access to all of Phil's powerful investing programs, videos, and resources.
That works for me. Log in, watch the videos, and make profits.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com. Short on time but want to invest in the stock market? Let philsgang.com help you. For only $39.95 a month, you get complete access to all of Phil's powerful investing programs, videos, and resources.
That works for me. Log in, watch the videos, and make profits.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com.
When the market's open, we watch the market all day long. And when we see there's an opportunity for a stock, and it's a stock that we've been following, there's a lot of stocks we put on our watch list, and it has to hit a certain criteria. Then when it does, we alert you. You immediately get an alert that says, we bought this stock, X stock, at $30. So you get an alert immediately. What's better than that? I mean, nobody does that for you. But the most important thing, they'll say, okay, here's why we're getting out now, or here's why we're taking profits. I think it's going to go down. Look, the most important thing is this. I want you to be prepared for when the market does tank or rally, that you're with us, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG. Join my gang right now, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG, and you'll be in position and you'll sleep at night and you don't have to worry.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Did you know breast cancer kills 113 people every day? That's unacceptable.
African American women die from breast cancer nearly 41% more than Caucasian women.
That's unacceptable.
Breast cancer is the leading cause of all cancer deaths for Hispanic women.
Breast cancer is unacceptable.
Together with Susan G. Komen, we're committed to reducing U.S. breast cancer deaths by half.
And we're going to do it by 2026.
Visit Komen.org/unacceptable.
With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG. Short on time but want to invest in the stock market? Let philsgang.com help you. For only $39.95 a month, you get complete access to all of Phil's powerful investing programs, videos, and resources.
That works for me. Log in, watch the videos, and make profits.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com. Welcome back. Learn, invest, and make profits with Phil Grandy. Simply go to philsgang.com. Now, here's Phil.
One thing I can guarantee you, with my color-coded chart, you become a gang member, and you'll learn this in 10 days because I give it to you free for 10 days so you can sell yourself on it. You will be out of this market before it crashes. You will. It'll give you the alert that you need, and it works. If you don't believe it, try it for 10 days. You'll sell yourself. And it's frustrating for me because when I sit here and I talk about this and I say, look, it's going to warn you before the market crashes, everybody thinks, oh, it's a gimmick. It's a gimmick. No, it's not. So I'm going to give it to you for 10 days, and you'll see that the next time you're in a stock and they're pumping that stock up by inflating it up, by printing money, buying more bonds, dropping interest rates to stimulate people to go out there and buy because low rates. And again, it's stimulating that inflating the stock prices, inflating your house prices, inflating. Remember, all this inflates housing, car prices, but it really inflates the stock market. It's all fake. And at some point, you got to pay this money back. When you think about the problem with inflation, they lie and they say inflation's at a 2%. We have a double-digit inflation. You can't have a stock market that's been inflated almost 400%, and you're saying inflation, the rate, is still under 2%? That is a big bull-faced lie. It's impossible. How do you inflate stock prices 400%, but the rate of inflation is less than 2%? It's a lie. And here's why. First of all, they don't want, when they go out and they print all this money to go buy bonds to drive interest rates down, that erodes the purchasing power in your dollar. In your dollar. There's the big problem right there. And when you keep on lowering your interest rates, it encourages spending and also investing. And on the investing side, when there's no money, when you have no, you can't get any, you can't get a good CD rate, you can't get a savings rate. Even seniors, what they're doing, they're taking money, and like right now, they're plowing it into the stock market. There's no money on the sidelines. Are you kidding? People are pouring their money into these FANG stocks, pouring their money into Google and Amazon and Facebook and Microsoft because they've been watching it for 12 years go straight up, and they never got in. Now they're finally getting in because now they're saying, the market never goes down. But what they don't understand is all that printing of money to purchase bonds to drop interest rates down to induce you to buy, whether it's a stock or a car or a house or whatever, that moved all those prices up, your dollar, the purchasing price, is going down. And also it causes more inflation. And they're going to have to raise the cost of borrowing at some point. At some point. But here's what it does. It reduces growth. We don't have economic growth. You need economic growth. Because the way you get economic growth is, again, if CEOs take their profits and the money they borrow at low rates, combine it and plow it back into their business with new machinery and everything else so that you, the employee, can produce more, and you're producing 4 or 5 times what you produce, but he doesn't, and he's paying you a little bit more. Everybody makes money. Everybody benefits. But no, he's taking that money because he knows it's all fake. He knows the economy's not growing. The economy's still at 2.5%, which it was 12 years ago. Why the hell would he take and buy new machinery, new equipment to start to produce more? Who the hell's he going to sell it to? So he takes the money and he inflates the stock price. Now, he's not making profits to move the price up. So he just takes the money and he goes and he reduces the amount of shares he has outstanding, so that when his earnings come out and they're lousy, because he reduced the amount of shares, he's spreading his earnings over less shares, which pushes the stock price up, which otherwise would have gone down. This used to be a felony. It used to be a crime. So inflation is a killer. It's a killer. It reduces growth. We haven't grown. They keep telling us how Cuddle will come out and lie every day, say we're going to grow the economy 4 to 5%. They haven't grown anything for us. Obama hasn't grown anything for us. Baby Bush didn't grow anything for us. They all grown debt. Now we're screwed. Now, just like what happened with the .com, you inflate the price up by dropping interest rates. People make bad investments because they don't want to keep their money in CDs. And so at some point what happens, they got to pay the debt back. When they pay the debt back, everybody stops spending. That's where we are right now. Everybody stops spending. It's what happened to .com. And when they stop spending, the merchants, the factories, everybody, they start dropping their prices, trying to get people, hey, come on, I'm going to drop my price, spend. That doesn't work. So they drop their prices, but the spending's not increasing. So then they start laying off. And then you're in a recession. That's our next step now. Look at our layoffs right now. They just came out with the numbers. For 18 straight weeks, we've been losing 1.3 million jobs. Now it's up to 1.4 million jobs. Remember, we lost 40 million jobs. 40 million jobs in 2 months, which took us 12 years to increase 22 million jobs. So we're on the side of the bubble we're now hitting where the companies are going to start dropping their pricing. Now we're going to start seeing people get laid off. And know where you're starting to see that? Let's go look at them. Google. Go look at Google. That's why I said to you on January of 2018, I said you're going to see Google. When you start seeing the FANG stocks drop, it's over. And you're going to see China's economy start collapsing. Because remember what China used to do. China, to keep all their people working, which kept the whole economy, global economy working, they would build cities like the size of Chicago and New York, but they know nobody would live there. But they would build those cities to keep their millions and millions and millions of people working in their country. So they build cities and nobody would live in them. They build bridges where nobody crosses them. They build airports where nobody lands. They build railroads where nobody nobody gets on a train. They build dams where there's no water. But that's what kept the global economy going, because countries like Africa, especially Africa, they would be mining and getting the materials and sending it out to Russia, out to China, so they could build all this stuff. That's all over. So that's done. So their economy is done. And our global debt is $225 trillion. Now let's go take a see. You want to see the proof? Go take a look at Google. Take a look at Google today. Dropping. Take a look at Amazon. What's it doing? Dropping. Not just today. In the last 5 days. Look, my chart, it turned red. It's telling you to get the hell out, but you're not going to. Matter of fact, what we got is people coming in who know nothing about the stock market, retail customers. They've been wanting to buy Amazon for so long. They were cowards. They didn't want to do it. They waited 12 years. Now they see it coming down. They're going to buy it right at the wrong time, and they're going to get killed. So the best thing to do is this. All you got to know is when is to get out of this market, when to get out of your stock. That I can help you with. And all I ask is you help St. Jude. So for 10 days, just try it. For 10 days, try it. Free, for God's sake. Not even going to charge you. And every day you'll see we have what we call our working investor group. So just go to my site, philsgang.com, sign up where it says get started here, working investor. And every day we post a video on our working investor stocks. And we tell you exactly what to do. Don't do any other stocks than my 5 stocks. It says Phil's stocks. And then we got another portfolio of working investor stocks. Just that's all you do. Don't even do your own stock. Just do our stocks where we tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, when to run like hell, when to turn around and short. And this is the advantage. You're going to catch the market on the way down. But stop letting people influence you. These fake business news people tell you there's money on the sidelines. Money that money came into the stock market long ago. It's long ago. I mean, people couldn't wait to get their money out of mutual funds. They go into the market. Are you kidding me? All right. So have a good weekend. Please sign up, philsgang.com, for the Working Investor Group. philsgang.com, where it says get started. Have it free for 10 days. It's going to be a lot of fun, and you're going to see it tells you exactly when to get in and when to run like hell. See you on the charts.
You have been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grandy, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.